We're doing what people used to do with a lot of support. It took a village to raise a child. The whole idea of building community is that there's a support system. You all know how to support each other, But now we do a lot of things by ourselves. So you're the driver, you're everything. You're the business owner, you're the employee, you're creating content, you're the cook. You can just name it. We're never supposed to live on our own as human beings.
Pax Life, finding peace in the middle of becoming.
Hi, my name is Wogogo, the founder of the Pax Life Project.
The Pax Life, where ambition meets real life, where family, purpose, and growth can finally breathe together. Building home, building dreams, one conversation at a time. The Pax Life, where ambition meets real life, where family, purpose, and growth can finally breathe together.
Hello everyone, my name is Ayomide Yowole and I will be asking Coach Wongugo questions about exhaustion. Sorry, today I'm behind the scenes, but next time I will be with her. Over to you, ma.
Today we're talking about exhaustion. We all have experienced it. In fact, I experienced it yesterday, and a lot of times we try to do so many things at the same time because we're trying to catch up. We're trying to achieve our goals. We are driven. We are ambitious people. Not everyone is, I know. But when you have responsibilities, you have deadlines, you have to-do lists, you really want to make something valuable from your life. And at the end of the day, you're so exhausted. And the bad thing is when it's a cycle. It's not bad to be exhausted once in a while. But when it's bad is when it's now a lifestyle. It's not healthy. Not advisable. So today we'll be talking about it. Aya's going to be asking me questions and I'll be answering to the best of my knowledge for now. Thank you all.
First question, why do you think so many hardworking people feel more exhausted today than previous generations?
Because we're doing what people used to do with a lot of support. Back in the day, it took a village to raise a child. It took a village to build communities. People had communities, stable communities, with a lot of the unsettling experiences globally, with leadership challenges, with economic issues. A lot of people have relocated to new countries, and now you find people doing what used to be done with a village by themselves. So even building a business, you need a community. Yes. Whatever it is that you want to build, you're not supposed to do it alone. We're never supposed to live on our own as human beings. Now people are doing things by themselves. So the workload, the pressure, and the whole idea of building community is that there's a support system. You all know how to support each other, But now we do a lot of things by ourselves. So you're the driver, you're everything. You're the business owner, you're the employee, you're creating content, you're the cook. You can just name it, right? So what we need to still do today to reduce this exhaustion culture is to create outsource a lot of the things that we do. Not everything, but some things that can be outsourced, and be wise in the way we make money so that we have availability of funds in a way that we can invest in outsourcing some of these activities to reduce the burden. Or build the right community, get into the right community. Thank you.
Based from what you said before, you said that it took a village to raise a child. Why do you think people don't need make use of their community well nowadays? What do you think has changed, and what are your observations from that?
I think a lot of unhealed trauma has contributed to why a lot of people do not have community now. People do not accept the truth about where they are emotionally. People are comfortable patching up what they're going through instead of confronting and healing. And people are not invested in therapy, coaching, consulting. Some are. I don't have the data to back this up. But mostly men. Men don't see the need to go for therapy or counseling, right? And transgenerational trauma has made people to live more lonely lives, fewer communities and all of that. That's what I think. And then also I think suspiciousness not trusting each other, and them not being open about our boundaries in the beginning of the relationship. So it's a very important apart when you go through the love bombing stage of every relationship. That it's important that you both sit down and talk about your boundaries in any relationship. Whether it's a work business relationship, it's a community relationship, there has to be some kind of clarity on what is expected on both sides. Most people don't want to talk about that because it's an uncomfortable conversation. Maybe that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. What are some signs that someone is carrying too much responsibility?
Oh, health-wise, the body also gives you signal. That is why you shouldn't feel guilty. Rest is very important for productivity. You need to have time, days, hours that you dedicate time to rest. You can sleep, you can go out, take yourself out. Massages are good. Sometimes they still cause pain. I remember last year when I did some physiotherapy sessions, and I felt so much pain. I was wondering why so much pain even after going for a physiotherapy session, because I had this pain from walking out at the gym, and I had also gone for a massage session. And I said, okay, maybe a physiotherapist will be able to help me with this pain from the gym and all of that, and the pain tripled. So I think it's important that we invest in rest, relaxation. Some people love traveling. Traveling is very good. It's a good investment for the mind. It's also education. And I would say taking turns. You can take turns in your family to rest. Today I'm resting. Today you're doing this. Today, so just rotate the responsibilities. It helps a lot.
Okay. On the topic of responsibilities, we often hear advice about being more productive. Can being productive and being responsible solve exhaustion?
Yes, because productive doesn't mean getting everything done at the same time. It's also important that you're organized. I talk about organization is very important. I know the days that I want to do this and the days I cannot do this. But I encourage moms, working moms, entrepreneurs, if you know that you're constantly cooking every night, you might want to consider, cooking one meal every evening so that you pile up meals before the weekend. Instead of cooking 5-7 meals on Saturday where you don't have fun, you don't go out, you don't have time for yourself, and you work throughout the week, I think it's advisable to just pace yourself. That's what I do. Pace yourself and make meals that are easy to cook. One-pot meals like beans, legumes. Moi is straight to the point as well. You just put everything together and you blend it in the blender. For those who are not Nigerian, moi is baked or steamed beans, cake, I'll call it. Baked. You can bake the beans as well. If you blend the moi, that's the beans. You can also make something. Make things that are easy to cook. You can do a one-pan chicken casserole or whatever. You can make foods that are easy to cook. Saves you a lot of time. And of course, using your tools like air fryer and ovens, things that are easy, quick meals. You can make like wraps. I love wraps. I love coleslaw. It's very good. Yeah, and stir fries. They're easy to cook, so it really reduces your stress. So I hope I got the question right. Can you repeat the question again so I don't what was the question again, please? I hope I answered everything.
We often hear about advice about being more productive. Can productivity lead to solving your exhaustion?
Oh, yeah, it can if you're organized and you're able to space your responsibilities. Don't do everything at the same time. People do almost everything every day. Everything. You're cooking 3 meals every night. You are taking your kids for soccer practice. There is no outsourcing. There are some people here who drive and they do babysitting job and they drive. So if you want to get a babysitter who drives, they could do drop off for your kids. They could pick up your kids. Of course, they have the license. You've done all the vetting. So that helps as well. Reduces the burden for you. And what else? Again, your partner and your spouse, can agree on how you want to share the responsibilities. That helps a whole lot. You can't do everything yourself. It'll be a lot, and you may not get anything done. Either you're going to drop the ball in one area of your life. You're going to either drop the ball in organizing your home, your space, or your nutrition, or your mental health, or your body's going to feel the heat. Something's going to feel the heat. Yeah, your job or your career. So you have to decide where are you going to outsource and where you're going to ask for support with your family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah.
You're a mom, you're a wife, you're also a CEO.
Yes.
Do you believe that there are some responsibilities that productivity tools can't reduce?
Parenting is a lot of work. because you need emotions, and you need to be present. And a lot of times you also have other things to do. I think productivity tools are very good for reminders. They keep you organized, they remind you, but actually doing those things is where the work is. Like, making sure that your child is reading, making sure that they get to study when they're supposed to study, making sure that you supervise your child when your child is in the class. All of that really helps. Yeah.
What's one common mistake you see people make that leads to exhaustion?
I think one of the mistakes people make is I have made those mistakes as well. I'm guilty. Is feeling you can take on everything at the same time. So a lot of times I've had to prioritize. After making the mistake, I'm like, okay, this is not on my priority list. It's important, but not now. I'll do it when I have the time. I want to finish this first, get this done first, and come back to this later. So I've done that many times, even in business. There are times when, like, I'm actually a polymath. I'm a polymath. I have multiple gifts and talents. I have multiple interests as well, and I've had family members, loved ones who have been confused about my interests, and that has been a problem as well, for me to decide what do I truly want to do now, or what do I want to do later, so that's very, very common when it comes to productivity. You need to decide what is relevant, what is not relevant at the moment, and what you want to do in the next 3 months. Not everything is supposed to be done at the same time. You need to make a decision on what is relevant at this time of your life, so that you don't exhaust yourself. Prioritize. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll do part 2 another day. I hope this was really helpful. I would also say that talking about it helps. I also do therapy, but not clinical. Coaching helps as well. Having someone hold you accountable really does help. It's a very worthy investment, even for your business, your personal life. You truly want to have someone, sit down with you like a sounding board, or coach or a mentor that goes through what it is that you want to achieve and how to really get them running. Until next time, watch us again. Share this video if you've learned 1 or 2 things. We're going to talk more about nutrition, stress management, inflammation, and other areas that is very important for us, and how you can really, really overcome it, and how to really, really be productive. Until next time.
Thank you.
On the Pax Life Podcast. MM Mogogo.